Hey everybody, the Swag Chef here with another Destiny video. Today, we're going to be giving our thoughts on the new Season of the Risen pulse rifle Peace of Mind. This is a kinetic 540 round per minute pulse that you can mainly get from doing PsyOps activities and decoding Umbral engrams at the helm. Of all the primaries that I've used in the Witch Queen so far, Peace of Mind is my favorite to use. Now I wanted to hold off on making this review until I could handcraft my perfect roll through the weapon crafting system. It took me days of straight psyops and decoding engrams into Peace of Mind specifically to find 5 that had a red border. Now if you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll see that all of my weapon rolls focus on one thing in particular, and that's consistency. When deciding how to roll my Peace of Mind, I had already played around with many different rolls from random drops. In my opinion, the first trait slot does not have many options that stuck out to me as S or even A tier. Auto-loading holster, compulsive reloader, and stats for all are really just throwaway perks for me. Overflow is nice, especially since in PvP you're consistently picking up special ammo, meaning that you're going to have a huge mag pretty much all the time. However, the two that were the main contenders for me were Heating Up and Perpetual Motion. The second trait column is contrary to the first in that it has an incredible selection of many top shelf perks. You can find a use for pretty much any of them. Vorpal or Focus Fury paired with Overflow will give you the ability to melt down anyone in PvP. Adrenaline Junkie is awesome if you're running a grenade build. Harmony is great for follow-up kills. And Moving Target and Elemental Capacitor are just great bumps in consistency. Before landing on my personal role, I spent a lot of time using the Heating Up and Adrenaline Junkie role. It was very nice being able to chain kills easily after a grenade kill, which is not a hard thing to do because of how strong Axiom bolts are currently. Once Heating Up kicked in as well, it was incredibly easy to control. Eventually, when I found enough deep sight variants of Peace of Mind to craft it, the decision came down to, do I want to be able to absolutely mow people down after the first kill, or do I want an easier time in the initial duel? As it always goes with my PvP roles, when it comes to lethality versus consistency, I'm consistent 100%. My God roll has Arrowhead Break, High Caliber Rounds, Perpetual Motion, and Elemental Capacitor, topped off with a Counterbalance mod. One thing to remember is that when you use Ascendant Alloy to craft enhanced perks, Perpetual Motion and Elemental Capacitor are even more potent. Perpetual Motion lasts just a little bit longer after you stop moving, and Elemental Capacitor gives a total of 23 more stability points, up from the base 18. My Peace of Mind ends up with 100 recoil direction, which is perfectly vertical, and 93 stability with Perpetual Motion ×2 active. Now a case can be made for ricochet rounds for the extra range and stability, however I value the ability to flinch the enemy more than that tiny stat bump. With the recoil direction at 100 and stability over 90, it's already a laser beam and does not need any more help in that department. One thing that you have to keep in mind when using this role is the range. Since I didn't invest into the range stat at all, I have to choose my engagements very deliberately. My Peace of Mind will start to experience damage fall off just outside of 35 meters. High Caliber Rounds gives us a little range boost, and reaching level 20 on a crafted weapon gives another stat boost to all the areas that aren't the masterwork stat. So we have a little wiggle room beyond 35 meters, but not very much. The zoom value of 19 is what's actually doing most of the heavy lifting when it comes to our effective range. My direct comparison to Peace of Mind is my Timeworn Spire, the Iron Banner 540 pulse from previous seasons. My role comes with Moving Target and Iron Grip, as well as high cal rounds and a stability masterwork. It has literally 1 less stat point in range and 2 less points in stability, so they're essentially the same. The huge difference comes from the Timeworn Spire scope options. With a red dot micro, it has 35.5 meters of range, which is more than Peace of Mind but still comparable. However, mine also comes with the Rifle Scope SSF, which throws the effective range all the way up to 41, an additional 6 meters. So unfortunately, Timeworn absolutely dunks on Peace of Mind when it comes to range. But for me, what matters the most is the feel. Because the zoom is so high, I feel like I'm taking more flinch when I'm dueling other guardians with the Timeworn. While I use the Peace of Mind, I'm confident taking any duel inside its effective range and maybe just a little bit outside. At the end of the day, I think that Peace of Mind takes the #1 spot for rapid fire pulses. While it doesn't have the same kill chaining potential that some others do, that's not what I value the most in my weapons. I feel like I can confidently take any duel and come out on top due to the stability, recoil, and high cal rounds. When paired with a fusion rifle, what else am I going to use, right? It allows me to completely dominate the close and mid-range spaces. One thing I find that people take issue with is that using elemental capacitor ties you down to using either void or stasis in order to get the maximum benefits from the perk. While yes, that is true, I find that with the way that I like to play, the gun is the primary focus, not the subclass. Is Top Tree Dawn strong? Yes. Is Thunder Crash cool? Always. But Void subclasses have their own strengths, especially with Void 3.0, and it's just a matter of adapting your playstyle to the subclass so that you can bring the most out of your weapon. I mean, the focus of PvP is supposed to be on the weapons anyway, so I feel that if it allows me to elevate my guns, making a build around a subclass and finding synergies there is no big deal at all. Well, that about wraps it up for me and this weapon showcase. I'll be making more build videos and weapon reviews, as well as trying out a couple new things on the channel in the future. I greatly appreciate all of your views and support. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. This has been the Swag Chef, and I'll see you in the next one.